Welcome, YouTube pipe smokers. Man, I always see this. 3, 2, 1. And I'm always thinking, ignition, blast off. Welcome to the live covering for Jeff, Ohio Sweet Muffins Mafia Piper. He was generous enough to fill in for my Saturday Night Live, and so we decided to cover each other and got some cool stuff to share with you guys. My dad and I discovered some history on the old lathe and some other things, but I'll let some more people come in and I'll let you know. Oh, higher Mafia, that's right, Jose. How are you doing, brother? Good to see you. It's and I understood it was late yesterday, no problem. I figured that's what happened. Yeah, it's been a long day, man. It's been a good day, but went for a nice walk, and my dad and I hooked a loader tractor up to move my lathe, and it's oiled and cleaned up and ready to go. Oh, awesome. It's nice to have you here, buddy. Hey, Dingus, how you doing, brother? Dingus, it looks like you put, hey, guys. Doing good, Jose. We just got a 1940 lathe with some tools from back then. And my dad found something really cool I'll share with you guys in a moment. Bob Kraus, welcome in. Good to see you again. Oh, I don't know what to smoke. But I'm good and tired, but kind of getting a second wind, so feeling pretty good. So we moved the lathe over, and man, the thing still runs. Everything works fine. We didn't really have to tidy it up or anything like that. It just didn't hardly need cleaning. That guy took care of it. So I'm going to be starting the night with some GLP jackknife plug. I had a day, 2 days or so where I just smoked this stuff nonstop. I love this stuff. It is a great one. And my Rivara brother Billiard. Now, I did see my brother today. I didn't know he was coming out, and he and one of his friends came out, and we're just going to go walking around the place, go for a nice stroll, because we got a nice scenic area here. And he was just kind of focused in on what he was doing. I showed off some pipes. I showed this Phil Rivara pipe, my Eric Weaver freehand, my Bones pipe, and my custom freehand cob from Kilted Piper Steve. And my brother's friend was like asking all sorts of questions about wood and types of tobacco and stuff. So he was all excited. And my brother was just I think he was excited to have some time off. He talked with my dad and they were just kind of ready to go. We visited for a little bit. I said, if you got a little bit of time, we got 2 minutes to do a video, you can go home with your gift. And I had his pipe still wrapped in tissue paper in my sweater pocket. But I think he was just so happy. I don't know how much time he had off. So I think he was just kind of ready to come out here, do what he wanted to do, relax, and then head home. So, oh gosh, you did scare me, Monclaude. He said, "Boo! I scared you." It's a good thing I wear adult diapers. Yeah. And you can't diss adult diapers because pilots and astronauts wear them. So, boom. Not that I'm either of those, but I also don't wear adult diapers.
You don't wear? You don't like?
They're called briefs in some facilities, by the way. And I say facilities, and it's like, where have I been? All over the board. Oh, man, we got Piper said, good to have you, brother. Welcome in, Zippo. Welcome, Dan Lopez. Ohio Sweet Muffins Mafia Piper. Boris the Piper, welcome in, brother. Man, it's nice to see you guys. DDT. Now that all depends, DDT. Hey, Dark Lord, good to see you, buddy. Oh, did it do that again? Sometimes it like jumps up a little bit and then I don't know where I'm at anymore. I just forget it. But I got some cool news I'll share with you guys as soon as I figure out what in the world I missed. I don't think I missed much because I think I caught the message. Ragamuffins I brought with you. Doing good, Mike. I hope you guys are doing very well. No, sadly, Dingus, I did not, buddy. It was the nicest day we've had all year. And my dad was out here, so I spent a lot of time. Mabu and I went for a walk, and then my dad and I moved the lathe and got it all cleaned up and oiled. Tested it. It runs just fine. All the safety switches and everything all work. Everything's perfect. So did I get your message? I will double check. I didn't get. Where did you send it? It's not. If you sent Instagram one, I did not get it. Oh, it's got a request thing. Nope, that's for Patrick and digital marketing. I didn't see an email either. You sent it on Instagram? I'll send you one on Instagram. Because I didn't get it. And I'll turn off my phone after this. Like completely shut it off for like 15 minutes. Turn it back on and see what happens. All right. Oh my goodness. So we got, man, now I got to open this back up. See, that's just what I do, guys. Wherever I'm lost. Hey, Carl, good to see you, brother. No, so Jose, I got a lathe, buddy. I got a metal lathe for making pipes. Yeah, because, well, that could be. I can't talk today. I don't know. Oh, nice, Dingus. Dingus has some merch.
What's that?
Merchandise.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like.
Nice, brother.
I didn't know if it was some kind of like tobacco or like a kind.
I got some ideas. For like sweaters and stuff, buddy. We'll have to talk it out. Yes, Piper said, I can now officially say I got lathed.
You're going to say that at some point?
Zippo said, Mabu, give him a bop. He might need a soft reset.
Yeah.
All my resets are hard. You can't pass up that kind of opportunity. All lathed up. Man, if you spell that wrong, it'll put all lathered up. People will be like, is this guy doing bubble baths and crap? Jose says, hello, Mabu.
Hi.
Hi.
Where's my phone charger?
I only took my charger. Can you do that hi thing to them?
No.
It's the cutest damn thing.
Oh, I'm not doing it. You didn't take my phone charger.
Nope.
You didn't move it.
Nope.
Really? Oh, I think I found it.
All bubbled up. Now on OnlyFans. That's right, Dan. Don't do bubble. Hey, if I have suds in the right place, they still can't claim nudity. I could say that I have swim trunks on. Or I could just have swim trunks on.
You could say.
I could. Okay, so now that no, what? I wasn't gonna say nothing. Yet she knows me too well. All right, so what we found out about this lathe is awesome. Piper said's like thong. Thong? Not since the 90s. Just kidding. Speedo. I need to watch that parody again. Instead of Despacito, the parody with I wear Speedos. That's true, DDT. You know, if I wear a winter coat, that's like Alaskan pornographic material if I wear 3 hoodies and it was nudity. All right, so with that lathe, guys, this is awesome. Nannerham. This is terrible. So we found out that the guy that owned the lathe was a tool and die maker for the aerospace industry. So he worked for probably Boeing, somewhere like that. He was in California. He retired and he moved here, and he had an idea for the first potato harvester. And he wanted to open up shop nearby. And he said, "You guys help me with the funding, and I'll get machinery out there." And they didn't want to do it. So he moved within the state, but farther down, closer to where my folks live. And he helped develop the first potato harvester. And my dad worked for the company that he made the potato harvester for. And my dad found this vintage, as I throw things. Good thing it's not serious. I forgot which end was up. Forgive me. This is really cool. You guys are going to love this. Not going to lie. This vintage 10 for 15 cent medical filters with 9 out of 10 filters in it. Oh, nice. This box, they had several designs. In the 50s, they had two different designs. This one most likely was in 1950. There's another very close one that was in 62. Very hard to figure out. So it's one of those 2 times. It's the only 2 times they had this colored box for it. This was in the guy's toolbox. So he was a pipe smoker. How stinking cool is that? Oh no, my dingus picture. Okay, that did not sound appropriate. I have to get my Walla Walla Lake picture back. Oh, I got you. Now we're talking P-lips. I am so half lost here, guys. I'm telling you. Fishtail 221 with a silver band. Woo! Man. Oh, I just got something. Zippo, I got your message, buddy. There we go. Some jackknife plug from Texas Piper and my Rivara billiard. Yeah, I should be able to. It should let me. Boom. No, John, that did sound a little suggestive. That's true, Dan. Oh, I got you, Zippo. That could be the case then. Yeah, blue names are good. Eddie, how you doing? I'm smoking jackknife plug from you, brother. Jose, you're not alive. You're not alive. You're not. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying tonight. You might need to check again. So, Eddie, before you go, I got to share this with you. I got a metal lathe with my dad from 1940. It came with the machinist's Bible, basically, their handbook, all that stuff. Mint condition. Awesome. Awesome. Today, my dad found this possibly 1950s Medico filter box with 9 out of 10 in it. The guy that ran that lathe was a pipe smoker. And my dad worked for the company that the guy invented the first potato harvester for. Yeah, seems that way. Seems that way, Zippo. That's pretty cool. So, man, no wonder the guy was a genius and knew how to run machinery. He's got tools like you wouldn't believe in there, buddy. He's got the back in the day. I mean, the toolbox is a collector's item on its own. But stuff that's so precise, you just don't see that anymore in typical tools you just go pick up from wherever. Like within 1/1000th of stuff. It's crazy how accurate a lot of the measuring deals are. There's all sorts of things, but he made his own stuff. Lathe is in great condition, still runs. That's awesome, Zippo. Pipe smoking, tobacco blending, pipe making Jedi. I won't argue with that. That sounds cool. And I like Star Wars, so that's even more fitting, definitely. Oh, okay. I was surprised. I looked down. I'm like, why is he not blue? I thought he was a moderator. Now you can mod from the office too. Hold on, boss. I must deal with this infidel. Then you kick him out. That's a very good point, Piper said. He probably did. It probably did help him, to be honest. My dad said he would go around and he'd have a team of guys and he'd tell them, go out and take pictures of different machinery. And I will see what we can put together and recreate. So that also led to other machines too. You guys are pretty quick. I'm the same way, Dan. That older stuff, 1940s, man, they just don't make stuff like that. You know as well as I do. Back then they made stuff worth your money. They made it to impress and they made it to last. And now it's just made cheap, and if you want it to last, you pay way too much. But we figured that lathe today, in today's money, that a lathe like that would cost between $6,000 to $8,000, easy. I did a terrible job lighting this jackknife plug. I let the blend down. I gotta fix it. Yeah, so my brother stopped by and I was like, you got 5 minutes to do a video with me. You can leave here with your new pipe. And he didn't do it. And my dad, after he went to go on his walk and with his friend, my dad said, what's he afraid of meeting people or something? Because he knows you guys would welcome him in. Hey, Robert, how you doing, buddy? Thank you, Eddie. 1940, that metal lathe. It comes with replacement gears. Thousands of dollars worth of gears alone. It's amazing. It's got everything from the handbook. The settings are right on the gear cover on the inside. Just flipping that little switch, turning the machine on just puts me in the zone, man. I'm like, let's get some pipes made. Hey, RD, how's it going, buddy? Is this going to behave for me? How you doing, RD? RD, what it be? Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm excited to start. I'm excited to start tomorrow or the next day. I will order some parts. I may have a supply of cobs for a little while just up the road. I had forgotten about somebody renting some ground, and my dad said, "Hey, I think there's some cobs up there still. You could use some pretty good ones." So I'll check those out tomorrow. I ran out of energy for it today. Hey, Cody, how you feeling, buddy? Eddie, I appreciate your time, brother. You have a good night. You know, if she kicks you out, you can just smoke longer. It's a win-win. I saw that nice little shed you got back there. You got vents for the smoke to go out. You're good, buddy. Yeah, take care, Eddie. Be safe, brother. You know, I believe you, Robert. I do believe you. All this mom Johnson's the start. I want to be blue since everyone else is. Yeah, Robert's not kidding. You know, he would kick himself. He's too smart to end up kicking himself on accident, but he would do it on purpose. He would do it on purpose. Sure, why not? But no matter what, I'm going to have moderators that are just in everybody's channels, no matter where I'm at. Mod justice. And in this case, it does not alter the meaning of justice to have the prefix. Peterson justice. We need Peterson justice. They need to start cranking out those good pipes, man. Because I have some great Petersons, and I will not speak negatively on them from my experience. But I don't like hearing that some people kind of get 50-50. Like, not so much luck with the Dracula or the Killarney series. That drives me crazy. Whoever is in charge of Peterson and those pipes that made it out in that shoddy condition should rectify the situation. Start making some good quality pipes, man. That's what I'm going to be doing. Cody, it does mean that you have a wrench. I don't know about the mechanic. In here, you can be the mechanic. I'm good with that, buddy. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, it's not fair, you know, because I talk up Peterson. I like Petersons. I even like the P-lip. And, well, mine's over there. I was doing some typing. I'm trying to take good notes. I've got fantastic notes. I hope Phil joins us this evening. Mr. Rivara has been such an amazing help with everything coming together and working out. With his help, it's going to make a big difference in when I can get pipe made. I mean, he probably saved me months of digging through different sources, looking at the many kinds of suppliers that are out there for every little bit of them, and then having to look everywhere. He just narrowed some searches to reliable folks, gave me all the information I need. So I will be making stems for my pipes. We will not do cheap, unless there is a request on my cheap pipes, like cheaper cobs. There will still be a good custom stem. There will not be the little orange deals. Unless there is a demand for like the absolute cheap throwaway ones, then I'll make that. But I'm trying to kind of raise the standard on cobs quality for the price. Oh, thank you, Cody. Yeah, I forgot about that one. I thought there was another, the Jekyll Hyde. I couldn't believe that, and especially when they have the issues with stain peeling and bubbling and stuff. It's like people are paying $150, $200 for your pipes, and you're letting them get stain that bubbles. Well, DDT, you will get a cheap but decent quality pipe with a decent stem anyway. So, oh, cool, Zippo. Yeah, the guy that owned the lathe has all the tools with it, so I can set everything right on. I'm excited to make stems. You know, Zippo, you may chat with Texas Piper was on here. Eddie, he did that and it turned out really good. He did that really good. I was shocked that had been the pipe. I believe it was him that did that. But that's exactly right, Zippo. It drives me nuts. If I can get a pipe that's $40 or $50 and nothing bubbles or flakes or peels or does weird things and it's Briar, then $200, $150, that's a lot of money for a pipe. I know there are $1,400 pipes out there. But, they show that really cool video of how Peterson pipes are made. They show them making them by hand and doing all that stuff. And it's like, either do it or stop advertising that they're like that. Because you can't raise your price, lower your quality, and then keep selling stuff like that forever as much as you did. You can, I got you. You can always put some electrical tape around the silver spigot and do a little light sanding, like very light, but I would use like a very fine sandpaper. I'm talking like, I don't know, probably start with just spitballing, but probably somewhere around 800 or something, because I would just take off, try to get the finest grain. This is just me. If I didn't, because I don't know exactly, but I would take a very fine grit, especially around the shank, and just gently work that away a little bit. And you can even, because I wouldn't want that to get messed up either, but yeah, it does. Well, they don't get my business, DDT. Yeah, there you go. Wet 800, yeah. And just go very lightly around it. And then move down and start doing the rest and then revisit it. Give your, don't get too stuck in tunnel vision by it. Just give it a gentle go around, do some more, and then notice the comparison. Take it very easy and very slowly. Because, yeah, I love those, man. But I would love, once I'm totally comfortable with the stems, because I had a really great help from some people. So I don't imagine the stems being much difficulty at all. I would be absolutely happy to help you out with the stems. My dad was laughing. He said, "I'd tell you not to jump the gun, but he's like, I've seen how much stuff you've gone over. I think you might know what you're getting yourself into at least." Yeah, nice. RD, I've heard the Christmas pies were good. I haven't gotten them. Yeah, let's do the. Thank you for the bowl call reminder. I did catch a little bit of. Oh, now I can't think of his stinking name. In Instagram, Glumchum's live, and we chatted for a little bit, but then his phone was dying. But it was going pretty good. It may be one of those bots. If I was a bot and I saw a room full of wrenches, I'd be like, I accept the challenge. Oh, poor you, Zippo, suffering through that special reserve plum pudding. That is my favorite plum pudding. That is a great one. I've had the regular, which is good, but it's very subtle. It's more, for me in that one, it's more in the nice kind of mild sweetness that goes through the blend. The special reserve was just great flavor to me. And I liked it even more than the plum pudding bourbon barrel aged. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were joking or serious. Do you think you have something with sinuses going on, or do you suspect the container? Get you some bot, boy. Jose, welcome back. Oh, okay. Long time lurker, first time caller. That's awesome, DT. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, it should. Have you ever had it before this one? Because it should just be strong in flavor, but notably good quality tobacco. A nice blend. It shouldn't be taste and funky. If you've smoked a lot of Latakias or Virginias, especially if I do that, sometimes for a couple of days, blends will just taste a little off. It's not like that much anymore. It's like that within the last few months. So I'm hoping it's not the tobacco. Okay. if you're looking to get into some cigar leaf in a blend, the Lane and Dulo, Andullo, tastes a lot like the bourbon barrel aged, like Spitting Image, but it tastes like the blend flavor actually comes more out of the leaf, and it's made with Dominican cigar leaf, and it is fantastic. You might really like it. It's very, very close, and just a little bit stronger with the cigar leaf as far as like nicotine strength, but it's very tasty. Yeah, same here, Jose. Badge of honor. That's right, man. I am fine with all you guys being moderators. Sometime soon, we'll have to do something special for the moderators. We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to do something cool. Because moderators get thanked quite a bit, but they don't always get specific attention as yeah, staff party. We'll have to do like some kind of moderator giveaway kind of thing. That'd be pretty cool. Some kind of drawing or something like that. But I'll give you guys a heads up. I got to see how I've already got open bar. There you go, DDT. Tonight, the tobacco you smoke, you can consider on me. Whatever you've got in your pipe, cheers. Open taco bar. I thought they made those illegal in like the 90s. Giving away his mods in a giveaway. That's right, Zippo. Going once. Anybody want these mods? Anybody? I don't know at all on that either, Boris. I know you know more about it than I do. I can usually just tell typically if it's some kind of Russian or something along those lines. Hey, we're getting there, Dark Lord. You know it. That is true, Zippo. You know, it'd be funny if you're sending stuff like this in the mail, and they're like, "What's in there, sir?" You're like, "It's a robot. It's a robot. Nothing else. Nothing else." Reuben Captain Great Smoker. Yeah, and if you guys have seen Jess live last night, that guy kept an eye, like an individual eye on everybody. He was all over the place, man. He felt good. He was tired, but relaxing. And again, Jeff, I appreciate you covering last night's live, man, because today I almost didn't know if I could do this live, and got a second win in the evening, thank goodness, because I didn't want to miss it. I love doing lives. I love visiting with you guys. But hopefully in February, I just don't know, because I'm going to order supplies like I said, tomorrow or the next day. Whenever I receive them, then I can start on cobs. And then I'm going to start looking into Briar. I'm hoping to order Briar in March, along with some other wood. So I should be able to start working on like billiard shapes, lavates, stuff like that. And my goal, now I won't have the caps, like transition brass caps yet, but that will be included down the road, because now I can do that stuff. Oh, did I miss anybody? Oh, okay. I can't read. He put peligroso DDT, and I thought he said progress. I was like, is he in here? I haven't seen him for a while. I actually have olive wood years ago. No, I am in the States. I'm in the States there, Cody. I'm in the middle. Yep, I used a metal lathe at a place I worked at for a short time. Fairly recent. That was about 6 years ago. And I have used a wooden one when I was younger. Yes, Dan. I did find it. By the way, I do need to reblend it again, but I did find it. I need to buy more notebooks, guys. I'm going to have pipe making notebooks, supply ordering notebooks, tobacco blend notebooks.
Buy you one of those really big,
like those ones with like the cardboard in between. And
Mhm.
I'm about to get a big dang notebook.
So I should buy you a couple of those.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt if you find any reasonable price or something. If you find any at a reasonable price or something.
Well, if you can wait till August when school stuff.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Time. But if you need it before, I mean, they're not that much.
Yep, that's right, RD. A reverse egg calabash. And when I get to woodworking and stuff on those pipes, I'll let you guys know. Initially, I'm going to try to make some pipes that are just the natural wood pipes. They'll be the typical, I'll have a couple classic shapes. My first few shapes I'm going for are billiard, lavate, and then like bent billiard, Rhodesian, and then I want to get into bulldogs as soon as I'm totally comfortable. But I learned quickly, and I used to do lots of woodwork, and I retained a lot of that information. So I'm very comfortable working with wood and how it feels when things are going through stuff. So I have Carl, and thank goodness, because this is kind of going to be a refresher. I know, Zippo. But I accept challenges too. But starting off will be cobs. Hopefully I'll have I'll try a first one and see how it goes, and then I just need to get in touch with Kilted Piper Steve, and maybe he'll help me out. I got just a couple questions for him. Hey, you got to be comfortable by the time you're an adult. All right, Robert. Yeah, that was funny, Dark Lord. That was funny. We'll have to go over that, buddy, so we can get you co-hosting with me sometime, because that'd be fun. But first will be cobs. And I'll try to make all sizes. I'll see what condition the cobs are in that I go find. Generally, I hear they dry for about 2 years, but I could gather those, practice on a couple, and have some contained to start drying, and then I'll order some. Oh, that's very kind of you, Cody. I'm totally good with that, buddy. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's in my about section. Yeah, Dark Lord's, as you guys have probably noticed, he's a chill dude. And he is fun to BS with, man. Whenever we end up playing games together, we start busting out like your mom jokes. And sometimes we direct them at each other, but nobody ever gets offended. And then sometimes we direct them at the game or other players, but we don't like actually go in and yeah, we don't get carried away. It's all in fun. I'll have to tell you guys some of the things we say in like a Google Meet because I probably get in trouble on YouTube.
You would get in trouble if you did it on there.
That's nice of you, Cody and Zippo. You guys are nice guys. Oh, let's see. DDT said your mama's so fat when she sits around the house, she sits around the house. And I haven't heard that for years.
It's been a while.
Same with you, Dark Lord. Man, when we get in just a chilled, layback mood playing a game, oh my gosh. We'll say some random stuff and like make up disses that don't make sense. And it's so easy to get going into them because a lot of times if I'm playing, I'm focused on that more. And my attention span isn't very diverse. It's hard for me to think of multiple things at once. And I mean, I might start saying one thing and then add a few words to it and turn into something completely different. And we just have a blast. Or we'll have like a moment where Dark Lord and I will be shooting at somebody and one of us will like protect the other and be like, the heck you will, or something. We usually say worse words, but it's a lot of fun. I think I finally got through this. That was a great bowl of whatever the heck it was called again. Oh, I'm losing it. Jackknife plug. I did not pack it well, but I did have plenty of draw, so it was good. Yeah, Dark Lord is getting into pipe smoking, guys. He is as new as you can get. He's smoked cigarettes in the past and they weren't for him, so he's perfect candidate for pipe smoking. And yeah, we got to hook him up. So that's my goal, is to get a pipe made and get it out to him. And we've been friends for about 8 years now. Oh, that's nice of you, Zippo. Yeah, and I'm going to look through and see if I have any that I haven't smoked, because I have gotten a few in the past that I just kind of thought, I'll get to that one, you know. Boris, thanks for joining in, buddy. Have a great week. Stay safe. And always look forward to our next smoke together, brother. And after today, you know, everything will go back to the usual schedule, the tumultuous Tuesday on Tuesday and Tuesday live and Saturday live and all that stuff. And then hopefully I'll be able to catch more of Chris's, because I got like the last 20 minutes of his, and it's just been it's just been a busy week. That's all there is to it. Like today, I didn't even I got on my phone to respond to some things and message people, but I didn't really watch any YouTube today. And if you guys are into games, a really great game on computer is Divinity Original Sins 2. It's a role-playing game, but the amount of freedom you have to make your character and the setup of how you do your skills or abilities is awesome. And then the end of this month, they're coming out with, well, it's the makers of Dark Souls, but they're coming out with, Dark Lord remembers. I just forgot it. We're talking about it today. I can't think of what that's called right now. But it looks really good. It's role-playing, and it's single-player, multiplayer, versus co-op, all that stuff. But it looks promising. Have you played it, Jose? That's awesome. It is great. See, there's things like, it's crazy, guys, because for example, if you're a skeleton, you heal off of poison. So I like to make a mage that mixes poison and water, so you can like rain on a huge area and make the ground all puddly, and then you can use an ability to turn everything into poison, so the enemies are all poison and dying, and you run through and heal. And the music on that is awesome. Oh, you're one of those guys. I'm just kidding. Yeah, a lot of people do. One of my friends always said that. He's like, I always use a female character because I don't want to stare at the back of a guy the whole playthrough. I usually end up being a guy because I always try to make the character as much. Thank you. I would not have remembered that name. Yeah, Elden Ring looks awesome. And they have a lot of abilities that are very promiscuously titled. It's hilarious. We're talking about Elden Ring that's coming up February 25th on PC and console. And then we're also talking about an existing PC game called Divinity Original Sin 2. It's a role-playing game, and it's like the Dungeons and Dragons feel to it and style, and it's absolutely superb. For me, it's like the best RPG that's been out there. I do miss Dungeon Siege. Don't know if any of you have played that. Legends of Arana, stuff like that. I like Dungeon Siege too, but I hated that like they had you enslaved, so they had this collar glowing around you, and you had to go. Like I thought you'd do this long quest and get the collar removed, and then by the time you're going to, it's the very end of the game, and I was like, that is BS. But the original Dungeon Siege was awesome. Diablo, yes. Diablo 3 is still around. They've done more expansions for it. That's still on PC. RD. Oh, cool, Jose. Jose's favorite game is Skyrim. Me and Mabu love Skyrim. We're the kind of players that like archery because it's so mean. And we'll go up to like, what is that fort?
I don't know,
Fort Wolf or something like that. There's a castle.
I haven't played it in such a long time.
And you go and you go in And you like the knights are like archery training. So you just leave your cursor right there, and like every 10 seconds, solitude, and you grab free arrows, free steel arrows, and my wife will load up on those. Like she won't go hunting without 1,000 arrows or more. And she'll wipe out species in that game. Like she killed horkers, and we didn't see them for like 3 or 4 days. Nice, Dan. DDT plays Minecraft with his 7-year-old son. That's cool, man. I remember what the heck? Oh man. Now there was one a lot like Minecraft. I might be thinking of something else. I don't remember right now, but yeah, Skyrim's good. Elden Ring looks like it's going to be a lot like Skyrim in many ways, but it's cool. I love games. I love real-time strategy games, turn-based games, role-playing games. RD roleplay is always good. Yeah, that's right. Diablo 4. Oh. Hey, before you leave, Robert, remember, when you plunder the dungeon, you got to bring your longbow. Sounds good, Zippo. All right, it was good to see you, Jose. How you been feeling, buddy? Well, that bowl is empty, so now I got to find something else. I know what I got to do. I got to look up that pistachio blend. See, I didn't totally forget. I found it the other day. I got to mix it up again, give it another shot. And then I got to let you know for sure. I was so ecstatic when I found it. I was so ecstatic when I made it. I was like, oh my gosh, there is a blend that fits that description. Got so many blends, it's crazy, man. Crazy awesome. Yeah, and I gotta send packages out. So it's gonna be a busy month. Orders to be made, packages to send, pipes to be made if the materials arrive in time. All right. Oh, and there's some of my really dark blends. You know, it's bad when you go through and then you realize you had a list. Oh gosh, Jose. Jose's feeling great. He says, I do not miss my appendix wherever it is. That's terrible. It makes my appendix hurt. Oh. Looks like you're gonna take care of business yourself, Robert. Carl, thank you for stopping in, brother. Have a great night. Always good to see you. And yeah, man, take good care. Be well. And hopefully I'll see you Tuesday. Yeah, I remember that, Dan. And I did try an idea in my mind of what percentages would be, but I didn't get to smoke it, which is a bummer because I was ready to smoke it, and then I totally did not remember, and that's just how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. Oh, we have Pandemonium. That was a good one. Carolina Red Flake. A blend of Latakia and Peter Stokeby 313 Oriental with Louisiana Perique. That was very good. Man, I got pipe shapes ideas, but yeah, it's bad when you see an appointment for a neurologist throughout your blending. Cascadian Falls, that is a classic. That is a great one. Plum jelly on toast. I have a blend that tastes like that, which is awesome. Where'd I put it, Dan? Where'd I put it? I think I had looked too far back, so I'm still searching. Jose, have a great night, brother. Hope you continue to improve, and I hope everything goes smoothly for you and you don't have to worry about anything else in the future, man. Thank you for being here. Good to chat with you today. And behave yourself to the best of your ability, more or less. All right, now I know I'm getting close because I just passed Mount Everett, so I know I'm just, it sounds funny. I know, Dan, Pistachio. And let's see. Okay, so that was where I wrote the title initially. So I got to be close because then I remembered revisiting it. Dan's Pistachio. It's crazy. Things just disappear. Nightcap and so to bed. Have you tried the and so to bed yet? This is going to drive me nuts, Dan. I saw it the other day. Then I saw it again a couple days ago even. It wasn't that long ago. I'm going to find it. Where did I put those papers? I did find the two. It might be one of the 1-2 sheets that I told you about that I had misplaced and refound. So I'm just going to presume it's on there. I'm going to look real quick. If I don't fall. I might, Paul. Who knows? It's gonna drive me crazy, buddy. I just saw it. Don't open it. This that stuff crap. Nightcap is what Jesus and God smokes, and St. Peter does as well. Nightcap is awesome. I got no quarrels with that. Oh, I did find my paper with Darth Vapor, Millennium Falcon, Bantha Fodder, Star of Mabu, an aromatic of hers as well. Yeah, I found some good stuff. I'm finding it, Dan, because I'm going to smoke that. I'll start from the beginning. This is why I need more notebooks. Oh, man. Having some... Yeah, Zippo. I've got Sunset Breeze, I think it is. I've got some Peterson ones, and some of them are really good. Bantha Fodder is luxury navy flake with hearth and home berry nice. So it's sort of grassy, smoky with berries. So it's not a bad one. I sure hope you didn't get a compromised tin, man. There aren't very many things that tick me off in the world. But that is one of those. That is like... And I get it. Sometimes they got whatever happens, but I don't know. When you're making those big batches, I could see trying some of each batch to make sure they're okay and making sure everything is sealing right. This is going to drive me nuts. I'm going to have to find this now. I have to find it again. So, what are you smoking right now, Dan? Briar and Burley buttered rum. That does sound good. Bag note is butter rum lifesavers. Room note is the same. Yeah, talk to neurologists, look at cars, all sorts of stuff, man. Mark things in calendars. It's funny when you see that stuff. It's like finding a shopping list and you're like, why did I ever keep this? Creamy, buttery, and sweet for the first half of the bowl, then goes to smooth out as a Virginia Burley. Nice. That does sound... That sounds too futuristic for me. Okay, that's too far up there. I can't do it. I actually have, other than the last couple weeks, I have about every blend in my computer. So I should go check that out sometime soon. But sometimes the screen there bugs me. So I don't always look when I want to. And then by the time I'm going to think of it again, I forget. But I know it's somewhere because I saw it. So I'm happy with that. If I at least saw it. Happy. Now I'm to pipes. I don't believe it was in the other notebooks. I believe it was this one, so it's gonna drive me crazy. Oh, there's the dirt blend. Musty dashboard. That is a blend for somebody who likes that smell of dirt coming through your air conditioner. Oh man, Paul. Well, guys, hopefully February, maybe in March. We'll just see how February goes. Like I said, I got to order stuff and send things out. Maybe we can do a moderator. It's going to sound a moderator giveaway. A mod gaw or something. We got to do something. It's got to be right about here because there's Samoth Knoll, and I know I was working on that around that time. It should be right before this. It's going to kill me. But there's also a missing page there, which I think I have all three that have fallen out of this notebook now. It's going to kill me because that was I was really surprised. It's going to drive me mad. I got it right about here. Tony 513, how you doing, brother? Only open to anybody that's ever been a mod on any YTPC live ever. If you got them, flaunt them. I'm not exactly sure, Zippo. Something like that. It'd probably be something like if you currently mod within the last year, if you've been a mod in the YTPC. Something like that. Tony, how are you feeling? It's always good to see you, buddy. Always feels like it's been a long time. Where the world did that blend go in? All right, let's try this again. You know, you think your writing stays the same, but it does change. Looking back, I realize I have become more organized than I once was. You know what, Dan? I might just have to remake it, buddy. And I think I can do that. And I have some tobaccos that might work really well. But I don't always register everything I see. That's why you see me looking through all these pages so much, is because a lot of times I could see 3 things and just not absorb something that's there. Yeah, see, I thought I found it. I had overlooked a few of these. Yeah, Dan's Pistachio. That was the first time I wrote it down on a list because we were talking about it. That one actually has an inappropriate name, I realized. I will not read that name. It sounds bad. It's not really inappropriate. It just sounds inappropriate. Zippo, my writing looks different every time I write because I hardly ever write. Todd, welcome in, buddy. Good to have you. Actually, that would be a more appropriate name for it, DDT. It really comes off as a very bad title. I'm looking this last time, and then I am going to recreate it for you, Dan. Because I want to make it. I want to be able to share it with you. Ooh, there was the bittersweet one. That was good. Oh, maybe? Oh, no. Dan, we're going to figure it out. I'm going to write it towards the front because I did find some pages I hadn't written on yet. All right. Don't know where I put it. Don't know why I moved it. Don't know where it went. I'm probably looking over it, and I'm not going to focus that hard on it because then I'll start getting bothered. So I will... Yeah, and I got your Stout Vapor one here. And your blend mentioning the Mississippi River and Taste of Summer. All right. I don't know, but we're going to make it. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, Zippo. I'm kind of the same way, buddy. Like keeping your dingus picture on the shelf next to you. I know. It's creepy. It was a picture of a lake, but it doesn't sound like that. You know, when I told Dingus, oh, I dropped my dingus picture. That sounds bad. That implies many things. All right, so we're going to make this, Dan. We're going to make this. Okay. Pistachio blend. Let's see. It's got to have some burley. So I'm going to write down 2 options. And try them out. Stop, drop the dingus. That's right. Dingus is used to it. Dingus is used to getting the dingus. Okay, I mean, Betty always takes him for walks. She always has her dingus out. See? There's no way you can say that to make it sound cleaner. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. Not the number generator. And roll. All right, Dan's Pistachio. So we're going to try Oh, what is that? You know what? Might be good in that, and I think was in it. I got a little bit of Izmir I could put in there too. If I knew there was no such thing as too much tobacco, I would sometimes say I have too much tobacco. All right. Ooh. Ken Byron Ventures, Blackened Burley. Yanatu. Nice, Zippo. Yeah, I do, buddy. I'll show you. It's not a lot. It's a nice little amount, though. Some dark burley, but I don't need that yet. Izmir. This isn't very old. Well, this is November of 2021. All right, so I'm going to lay out some ingredients and mix them all together. Well, not all of them, but, go through them. Yana 2, I really thought I already had an open one. Really am sure I have an open one, so I don't want to open 2. I get lost in tobacco. Dark Fired Cherry, Dan's favorite. Oh no. All right. Let's make the magic happen. Okay. So we got some Peter Stokeby 702 Burley, some Granger, some Izmir Turkish. We are going to have a tiny bit Yeah, blending is cheaper. Because you can get good quality blending tobaccos from several different companies, and you're usually $2 or under per ounce. And then you can make about any flavor you want. Oh, I didn't know that, Dan. And because you can make just about anything. It's incredible what you can make with just basic blending stuff. And then because some stuff, especially like if Pipes and Cigars has a sale, I got 6 pounds of tobacco and none of them hit. Even the ones that were a little bit over, none of them averaged more than $1.70 an ounce. So and then whole leaf is even cheaper because you're looking at 12 to 18 a pound. So, but there's more processing and all that. So a really good way to get a lot for your money is blend your own. And I've made, for me anyway, better tasting Carter Hall, better tasting, or at least as good as tasting Northwoods, Prince Albert, Haunted Bookshop. I actually made a Haunted Bookshop that I like to smoke more than Haunted Bookshop. So you can make anything. I made something taste like what was that cereal? Honey Nut Cheerios. You can. The two blends I actually flavored, I put in a little bit of rum, and then I put in actual lemon juice. I actually squeezed 2 lemons worth of juice into the jar. I've blended with honey. That worked out pretty well. I made like 4 different attempts. The first one was the best. It was just mild and really good. As long as you've got a good tobacco like base blend, and then it ends up being pretty good with just about anything, you can get away with a lot. I just took a jar. It was just one of those little jars. I filled like half of it with lemon juice, man. It's like a 2-ounce jar or 4-ounce jar, and half of it was lemon juice. Then I put like a half a cap of rum in it, put a paper towel over the lid, left it in the sunlight for 2 or 3 days, I think 2 days. And then I made sure, like, I put some paper towel inside and cracked the lid and still had it in the sunlight, but that way any alcohol could evaporate. And then I just let it dry. Took out the old, because a lot of the moisture, gets absorbed into the paper towels. And then I'd dump it onto different paper towels, put paper towels on the bottom of the jar, and then put the blend back in with paper towels on. Then it would absorb any excess, and it was really good. Yeah, and a really good blend. After I do this, if you remind me, I made the Drop Bear Virginia Burley blend. That really, or I can look, because I did see it more than once, so my luck is running into it pretty quickly. And I might even have it on one of these sheets. That blend is one of the best blends for adding flavors to, because it has a natural hint of vanilla. And I haven't done any of the flavorings, so mine is technically infusing natural flavors. But I don't like the idea of adding artificial stuff. I don't know, Tony, but I bet it's possible without any flavoring, because you can do nutty and bread with Virginias and Burley. So there's got to be a way to use like some yellow Virginias as well for some sweetness, and then maybe something with that. I'm not sure what else. Maybe a little bit of Louisiana Perique could, maybe, if you get them right, get the banana. Maybe the teeniest tiny bit of Latakia, like a half a pinch, to add creaminess, like smoothness to it. I wouldn't doubt being able to get that. I made Irish silk coffee. That was, I almost read the wrong one. That was Lane Cavendish, Latakia, Yellow Virginia, Lane RLP6. Made Irish coffee tasting blend, man. Incredible. That is one of my favorites. We got Hillbilly Burley. I made one that tastes like plum jelly. That's Yellow Virginia, South Virginia slices, Galwith and Hogarth, Golden Virginia, Ribbon and Smyrna Turkish, and Lane Dark Red. Plum jelly, buddy. That's no flavorings other than those blends. So for the money and for what you can do with it, like I've had so many times, I go back and I'll smoke ones that I have, even ones I like, and I'm just like, they just aren't as satisfying as blending your own, because you made it, and then you get a really nice more of the tobacco flavor because you know what you're putting into it. You're not topping it or adding whatever. Yeah, honey nut was Smyrna and ribbon Turkish, tiny bit of Latakia, little bit of Lane BCA, some dark burley, and a little bit of Gold Virginia, and that tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios. I'm also hoping maybe I'll run into Dan's blend already made, but if not, I'll make it. That's fine. I want to try it, and fresh starts sometimes do the best. All right, so this blend is really nice. This is a mild smoke, really nice flavor, and as long as you get it right, it's a great base for flavoring things. That is a very good point you have there, Dan. So this is it's a Burley Perique blend. It's called the Drop Bear. It's Lane BCA, Granger, and Long Cut Perique. And it is a solid base for doing flavorings with. I used it for the honey. I used it for the lemon cake blend and lemon pepper blend. It worked well with all of those. And you can taste the base tobacco blend. And you're not like, oh, I don't know where the blend is, but I sure taste all of this chemical stuff on top. So it has a light hint of vanilla through the tobaccos. It's awesome. Well, probably through Granger. I don't know. But regardless, it's not an in-your-face punch of flavoring. All right, Dan's Pistachio. We got to get this sucker rolling. I was looking for Sutliff Amaretto. That is very good, and that to me seems like it would work. Gawith and Hogarth Kendall Gold. We're about there already. It's going to be easy. Toke up them cherries, boy. I did make a cherry English blend I love. And I found the cherry blend that I use in it. So I can make that too. All right. So we're going to try. Man, Sutliff Amaretto, I think, would be a really nice one. And I wish. I know I have it right around here. I have it right around here. Where? Did I organize and put it over here? Could have. Could have. That's okay. We will try some burley. Yeah, the chemical stuff drives me crazy. RD, Dan might take you out for that, buddy. Kind of in between, DDT. It just, you smoke it and you think pistachio. So I'm like, it's like right on. More like the green nuts. More like the green nuts. All right. Really was thinking I had amaretto, but we might play with a little bit of black and burley as well. And I will just jar this one when I'm done. Keep it all sealed. Gosh, I forgot how good black and burley is. Yeah, it was more like the nut, Dan, because I remember talking about it with you. All right, black and burley. We'll make this work, man. I ain't a quitter. And I will. So I set this down here so I keep it track. This is probably going to take a little bit of Turkish. I don't know if I want to use Izmir for this one. But I will try it because we can always blend some more. You know, those smell good. Two of those smell good. You can make a blend off of those two, I bet. That smells really nice. So I don't have amaretto in reach. I just had it like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, moved it over, whatever. All right, black and burley. Because I'm pretty sure this did have black and burley. Maybe dark, but I think it was blackened anyway. Izmir Turkish. So we've got burley and Turkish. And that's dark burley. Dark burley can tend to support more of a perfume or floral kind of note, so I don't want to go through that. Nice, Zippo. Is that, I don't remember if I asked you, is that one you had tried before? Oh, DDT. Rustica, Dark Fired Kentucky, and Dark Burley. That'd be like when you get like a salty. Oh, no. Either replace Dark Burley with long cut Perique or do a little bit of both. I could see that. Smyrna might be better. I think Smyrna's the one, but I won't need much. Actually, I'll do a little more than that because I do have a lot of black and burley in there, so I'm going to blend to the bigger amount. Ken Byron Ventures, Yana 2. If you have not had it, that is the black and burley. That stuff is awesome. Oh, biscuits and gravy? Whoops, I said that out loud. Now my wife's like, you son of a parent. She loves biscuits and gravy.
The good kind.
The good kind. The white gravy with all the little bits of meat.
Like
the homemade stuff, homemade biscuits. Oh, I'm so hungry now. Stop it. You know, the scale said I weighed 2 pounds less today than yesterday. I'm not so sure that that's because I weighed before dinner today and after dinner yesterday. Could be. It's bad. You know, my wife has so many blankets that sometimes stuff around the bed just falls and we have nothing right around the bed. So I'm like, it's like it reaches across the living room, knocks things over, and then hurries back to the bed. What?
I guess look at this pile of blankets.
I know, I'm like, you are kind of a blanket person. You have like 8, and they're all winter blankets. I don't know how many summer blankets anybody would have.
8.
You would have at least 8. Okay, Dan, we're going to see what this is like to begin with. Oh gosh, Paul said he's gaining 100 pounds a night. A lot of food. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Jeff. Always weigh yourself in the morning at the same time after pooping. It's the most accurate. That's true, DDT. Doesn't always work for some of us who are full of something all the time. I'm going to try this. This is not exactly how the first blend was, but now that I do have more to work with, it might be more accurate. I have other options if I need to add them. But this actually smells closer to just the note from the bowl actually smells a lot like those. So this might work. And if this works, I could just send you some, Dan, because I actually have more of these components. I almost added a little bit of Perique, maybe long cut, maybe a tiny bit. But I really don't want it to get to a spiciness. I think the one, though, we did was maybe a slight spiciness on the, I don't know. But we'll find out. We'll try this and go from there. But this smells closer than I remember the other one smelling just from the bowl. It smells really good. So that is a start. And I had some cobs, and I think I put them all away so I could stay organized for the Matches Tribute Live. Which I want to tell you guys thank you again for supporting Matches. And thank you for being at that live. And thanks for the positive feedback. That was an awesome time. I had a great time doing that. It went better than I thought it would, and better than I hoped it would. And it was a lot of fun to have you guys. So the cob, I'm going to test this in. I think this will work out better, Dan. I'm sure that after we figure it out, then I'll go back and find, by accident, the original attempt at it. But hopefully it's after we find out that this is way better. So I'm going to try it in my custom cob from Kilted Piper Steve. These are some of the sort of pipes I hope to be making soon, along with custom stems. We'll try this. It smells incredible. Regardless, it smells incredible. So if we start this close, then it may not take much altering. So I'm hoping. And then I threw my matches somewhere. Just threw them. You have those times where you focus on the tobacco and you just kind of throw stuff because you don't care because it's not the tobacco. And then you're like, I don't need it. Then you load your pipe and you're like, now where'd I put that? I need that really bad. Thank you, Gerald. It was nice to have you there, man. Oh, that's a nice thought, man. Yeah, honestly, I saw an incredible amount of really nice videos, like tribute videos. But I was kind of surprised because I know a lot more people were closer with matches than I ever was. And I was kind of surprised that there weren't as many events or lives. And I know he's just one guy, but he's made a difference in a lot of people's smoking hobbies. He made a difference in mine. He's a brother we lost, and now we get to reconnect with him when we smoke, I think. All right, the Black and Burley was right. I know Dan is like putting me to shame, man. I'm standing here yapping or sitting here yapping, and Dan's like, check out these emojis, losers. I'm ahead of everybody. It's crazy. Not even fair. I don't even know how to use a computer. Dan, we got the components, buddy. This is much, much better than the first attempt. So this is good because now with that time span, acquiring and trying different blends and doing more blending and learning more about what stuff offers, this is so much better. So I got to start writing down percentages because this is like right on the money, brother. It's bacon. This is really, really, really close. Did I say pine spam? What did I say? I don't always know what words come out of my mouth. I might have. Like sometimes I get louder to try to pick up the ending sound of what I said to try to gather what I actually just said. So we will thank West Nile and epilepsy for that. All right. So we got Ken Byron Ventures, Yana 2, and that was around 40% of this. So I'm gonna put 40. This is just to start. Pine spam. That sounds weird. Dan, I think you'll be impressed, buddy. And this is just delicious. I actually haven't had a blend taste this way. Of all the dang blends and tobaccos I have made and tried, I've not had one taste like this, and it is delicious. So I did use a little bit of Smyrna. Did use some 702, some Black and Burley, and some Izmir. And I think that was it. Actually, I kind of thought I'd end up using some different components, but this is a really, for having that much burley, is just easy going. So now we're getting to where it's kind of more of the components put together. And ooh, if you breathe in through your nose as you're puffing, you really get that taste. Oh, and the retrohale is really nice too, actually. Hey, Cascadian. How you doing, buddy? Little trees. I think I'm on it, man. And I'll try this in a Briar'd too to double check. I might need to do... It's so close, man. I'll just remake it and figure out the percentages. It may need a little bit less of the black and burley. I think the Turkish is right. Maybe a tiny bit less, a little bit more of the 702. Very, very close. It's like just right there. It's ridiculous. But these are the components. We found the components. I could even put in like, oh, welcome back, Zippo. See, and this is so close to a couple little flavors in there are similar to where Long Cut Preak gets almost. So that kind of mimics that earthiness sort of taste just a little, which reminds you more of nuts and plants and that kind of stuff. But it doesn't hit the point of Perique, the spiciness. A tiny couple ribbons even might do it good, or it might make it spicy. But so far for this much burley, there's no like tang or any weirdness going on. So I'll start it again. Very close. Because you get that kind of, you can almost even picture the dry shell. That's how close it is. And that's got to be the Turkish's helping. Very close. Just got to figure out those percentages, man. All right, so we'll do some Ken Byron. Good point. And I do have my meerschaum. So that'll be the next try. It's very, very close. I'm like, at least it put you on the right path. You know, it's like somebody telling you you have to go east part way down the road and then going, we'll put you on north so you know you're on the right track. So it's kind of like that. Very close. What are you smoking tonight, Cascadian? We're working on Dan's Pistachio Blend. I made it once. It was very good. I know I have it in my notes and I'm just either missing it or whatever, but we're recreating it now that I have different components. And we also got very, very close this time. So now I'm just trying to kind of fine tune it. Amen, Dan. Cheers to that. Bacon anytime. Yeah, and the nuttiness on this, Dan, is light, and that's kind of how pistachios are. It's like they have that light kind of nutty flavor. Tinderbox Chartwell and the new XL02. Awesome. I have not heard of Tinderbox Chartwell. Congratulations. on the new pipe, man. The Briar'd Bacon Boys. The Briar'd Bacon Boys. Is this hickory smoked? It's briar smoked. I like to smoke my bacon over a piping hot bowl of dark fire Kentucky. It's BCA. They just rebranded. Well, that's still a good one. That's one of my favorites. And got a second XL2. Man. Right on. And you're doing a gaw? I thought so. Those are beautiful pipes, man. You know, it's funny you said that, Zippo, because when people want to be moderators, so I'm just adding them. It's like, you get to be a moderator, and you get to be a moderator. You get a wrench. That's right. Everyone gets a go. That's very thoughtful of you, Cascadian. Dan, this is so stinking close, man. I'm just going over each sensation that I'm picking up in my mind over and over to just try to picture what needs amplified. And so far, it keeps coming back nothing. I don't know. I don't think of anything that needs amplified. So it's passing a test as we're going. Because it just still keeps going over and over that I can't find something I would put more in of. So, oh yeah, so I'm reblending it. I forgot. So I got we'll have to call this one like maybe something like second pistachio. But it's close, man. Even the aftertaste kind of tastes like you just had some pistachios, like a small bowl, and you just put everything away. But I'm going to do smaller amounts because I think I do need a little less Izmir. I think it adds, and then I think it also contributes a little bit more than I wanted it to. A Spinal Tap blend called a... Yeah, let us know, Cascadian and RD. There you go, Zippo. Second breakfast. It's handy, thanks to Dan, that I was looking for components. I found that in there. Mm-hmm. They did. I don't know if they stopped. I know they stopped some of them. But oh, you can't read it, Dan. Let me try again. The second breakfast is like a faded blue. But they do. Or did. I don't know if they do anymore. They had Old Toby. Rivendell's my favorite one of them. Same here. Mirkwood was one I was looking at too a while back. Doesn't quite taste like pancakes. Actually, if Tony, if you really want like a breakfast kind of tasting blend, J4 Burley, buddy, from the tobaccos, it tastes like waffles and syrup, and oh my gosh. Yeah, Rivendell's like my favorite, man. That, to me, it just stands above the others. Second breakfast is pretty good. It's got lots of things going on in it, but it's pretty good. But yeah, J4 Burley, it's Sutliff, I believe. I'm not sure, Dan. I haven't looked at that one. But J4 Burley, Dan Lopez sent me a sample of that, and it's like, it is like breakfast. Like, it should be called Second Breakfast. Second Breakfast doesn't do the title quite justice. It's a little different, but it's kind of complex. It's got different things to get out of it. And it kind of grew on me a little bit, but Rivendell for me right off the bat. And Country Squire by the Fire. That is a great blend. Okay, I'm just cutting back the amount of some of these. That was not the right one to cut the amount back on. I thought I had the Izmir. Nice, Zippo. I love the name of that. It just sounds like a really good blend. DDT. Yes. All right, so I'm going to take a picture because I think this is going to be closer. But this is a very nice. This would be a very good after breakfast smoke. This technically second attempt at pistachio, I suppose, would be a very good after breakfast smoke. This would be one that this would be like, I should write that down. We need a name. We need like a Hobbit name for this blend because this is very like a kind of Hobbit ring, kind of sort of not ring, smoke. If that makes sense. It just feels kind of like a Hobbit smoke. So we'll have to give it an alternate name. Sackwell Nut House? Could be, actually. Oh, that's awesome, Dan. That sounds like Dingus had a say in that one. This is just a pleasant smoke, regardless of, I'll try the second one. Got a picture of it, but I remembered the first way I blended this a minute ago, and it's just good. It's just one of those blends that's just good. Buckleberry Fairy would work because this reminds me, like, I almost thought of like a watery kind of name, river or something, but it's a warm, comfortable smoke. Buckleberry Fairy, that's a good one. That seems to suit it. Thank you. That kind of does sound pretty good, actually. Oh, now I'm hungry, DDT, and I've been hungry. Now I'm hungrier. So I'm going to set this down so I can try this one with you guys here, and I will finish that gratefully in a little bit. That is awesome. And it's funny because these aren't typical components I use. I usually go for some kind of Perique, some kind of Virginia, and this is Turkish and Burley. And then I'm sometimes Cavendish lately. Been doing some 702 Burley and some BCA. That's pretty nice. Just a light amount of BCA. Very nice outside slow smoke. So it's very weird for me to be blending with just these because I don't really ever do a Turkish Burley blend. But I have been looking forward to finding this one, like figuring it out for you, Dan, for a long time. I even made a match Tilbury. Like, I take challenges. Especially, I love the ones where I'm not adding flavors because then it's a lot easier for people to recreate them and enjoy them. And I haven't had bacon old fashioned, so I can't recreate that. But I don't like that it doesn't taste like bacon. I just don't. All right. We will test it. The eyes. Now, I may need it a little bit more burly, but I'm just taking it slow because I want to get it right. Thanks for being here, RD. You have a great one, buddy. I'm glad it was fun. BS is a healthy dose of goodwill to everybody. This is mouthwatering. I think I needed a little bit more 702. Just because I didn't put as much. What's the room smell like to you, roughly? Do you get any nuttiness?
I don't know.
All right, Dan. With adding like a half ribbon worth or two at the top to just meld with what I'm smoking. When I add that, it's as close as I can get it in a meerschaum. So now probably the final blending. I just needed a little more burley. I just didn't want to overdo. I wanted to see mostly what the blackened burley was doing. Not as much. Well, the blackened burley is about the same percentage as I started with. I just had to lose a little bit of the Turkishes. That's fine. Wasn't me. Man, that is good. That is good. Good, good, good. Very close. I'm actually surprised. Oh yeah, Dan, and I'll smoke more of this tomorrow too. Give it another day. I am playing the bagpipe Zippo. It's about even roughly with the two burleys. And it's just a little pinch of the two Turkishes. I prefer it in the meerschaum. I know it's different than the blend I had in the cob, which was very good. But the meerschaum seems to be the pipe meant for it. Yes, Dan, that is true. So I'll try this blend, this version of it next, because I think that could be right. And if it's missing anything, then I might actually add a little bit of the Stove Black Virginia, because that's kind of coming to mind. This is right there. I really think that with more burley in it, the 702, get that little bit more of that nuttiness, then I think we're golden. So I am anxious for this smoke. And I will smoke that probably in. That is really good, man. I will tell you that I haven't had a blend consume so much of my attention other than saffron than pistachio. Perfect. How are you, Yornik? What are you smoking? My cat is sitting at my wife's computer chair looking at me like, so, I noticed you're sitting in your recliner and your footrest is not up. What's going on? And Tony, what are you smoking, buddy? Oh, there you go. I mixed a little bit of 702 Burley with just a little of Lane BCA, and that was really good to me today. Very nice, light, kind of aromatic. Old Dominion. And you've been hiding that? I can't believe it. That's thoughtful of you, man. If you know, it feels like you've been gone such a long time. You know, you've been back, but and cheers to you, Tony, by the way, for doing the right thing and looking after your dad. That is awesome and admirable, buddy. a very good English. I know some of you have heard this anyway. Peter Stokeby 313 Oriental with TS18 Sutliff Latakia. For me, that is exactly what I pictured when picturing English blends. Yeah, every time you're back, you switch pictures. I'm starting to forget what you look like. There you go, Yornik. That sounds good. I'm going to blend some of that and use that tonight too. I feel like this is going to be, after getting through the last week, finishing up that shop, getting to a point where we're just to the trim and waiting on the electrician before we can do the last piece of panel. Getting a second win this evening has just, it's been perfect. So it's a good night to smoke. And I love that the dude that owned that lathe smoked a pipe. That is awesome. Because I told my dad, nobody carries pipe filters in their work box that doesn't smoke a pipe. Thank you, buddy. The walls aren't all straight, but the panels are. One wall goes up and it goes from perfect to 2 inches wider at the top in the corner. So talk about interesting. I had to do a straight line, 8 foot long, slanted. And man, that is so weird when you're not following the edge with your hand and you're cutting, going against the natural flow of the straight board. So weird. But that's after we straightened it, and then my dad braced it, and we straightened it, and the wind blew some more, and it was moving part of that shop. But I mean, they had windows in there crooked that we tried to straighten out. When we were putting the door in, we kept trying to level it, and we didn't realize that we had to put the door level and move the walls around it. Very, very soon, Dan. Once my dad's calling the electrician, he called one to line up, and the guy isn't going to be available for a while. So he's going to call a different one tomorrow. But we got one in the family. But man, he scalps you and he badmouths people all the time. So we aren't going to support it. And there's something off with him. I'll just put it that way. He's got little big man syndrome, like bad. But I'm excited to show that. So I'll show it with the shop. So when I get it in there and I get things set up, I'll do a really cool video and go over everything, show the walls, show where everything's set, and and you guys will see where I'll be making pipes. Actually, the lathe runs off of 120. So it uses less electricity, and it's really quiet. Now, of course, when the gears are in, like locked in, and it's running that, it is a little louder, but it's still very quiet for a lathe. Very, very quiet for a lathe. Good night, Dingus. Thanks for being here, brother. I'm sorry I missed your live. I will check out the message you sent me and look at your merchandise, man. I'll have to check it out and pick something up from you. It definitely does, DDT, but we're going to have it capable of running 220 also, because we want this to be kind of the fix-all. This shop is around 80 years old. Well, that's the best kind of stuff to get, buddy. That's perfect. Everybody gets so serious about crap, it drives me nuts. It'd drive me more nuts if I got too serious about it. Let's say hi to Betty for us, and you have a great night, brother. And hopefully I'll see you Tuesday, if not sooner. Yeah, so this shop's around 80 or 90 years old. It was moved from its original site. Couple of great things going for it is, even though they moved it and kind of jarred it a little, they did a very good job placing it. They placed it perfectly on the concrete pad, and the pad is in phenomenal condition. It's one of the best cement pads I've seen. It's awesome. So they did that very well when they placed it here. And so for us, north is this way. So you got east that way. And the east wall was mostly moving, and then that would wiggle the southeast by the garage door. Yeah, my dad's gonna go over through all that. He's had that kind of stuff done and set up and been around it before, so I'm sure. But he's talking about having two separate circuits. So we're gonna have one. Yeah, exactly. One for the lathe. We're gonna have, plug-in deals above. We're gonna have like probably about a dozen. I would be surprised if we had less, about a dozen outlets. So you can reach everything. Wherever you're at, you can plug in what you need. But the lathe will have its own. And then he found some lights that are least bothersome to me. So they're very soft light, and they're kind of like this one. This one looks really bright on the camera, but it's actually very dim. And with the shade that's on it, it's an LED bulb. And then with the shade that's on it, it's much easier for me to stand. And the lights in the garage are easier on me than that. And so we're going to have it hooked up so you can do everything in there, from laying boards out. We've got a table saw in there. We're going to have workbenches in there. We've already got them. We'll just move them over. And everything, man. We're going to have a fridge, like a mini fridge with drinks. We're going to have a couple of comfortable chairs. It's going to be the man cave, pipe shop, wood shop, all that good stuff. And we won't hardly ever need to run, it'll be once in a while we want run a table saw. I won't run it. And this is perfect retirement for that lathe, because it's going to be a long-term but gentle use. It's a metal lathe. It's going to be used primarily for wood. So it's going to be well maintained and oiled and all that good stuff. Soft lights and smooth jazz, you betcha. Because my dad's never put anything in this garage. He's never put any real money into it. But we're going to make it kind of the fix it once and for all sort of thing. So we put braces in. We're going to roll insulation in the top. Just the last touches, but we'll do that when we feel up to it. Yeah. And I appreciate your experience in it, really, your expertise in it, because it always helps to have, extra advice. Oh man. Yeah, DDT. Our garage as it is, yeah, it's one outlet. I don't know if it would run the lathe as it is. It probably would. Haven't tried it yet. Thought I what's over there? Sutliff TS18 Latakia seems to be the easiest one on the user and is really good in blending Zippo. I highly recommend that one. Or even Galwith and Hogarth. Or I'm sorry, H&H Latakia is good. It's stronger. Sometimes people get like that weird kind of lace sort of feeling in your mouth. It's still a lot more forgiving than a lot of other Latakias. But for me, the Sutliff one is the easiest, and it takes such a small amount to get the flavor you're looking for. So I recommend that one myself. I use that all the time, pretty much every day. I was doing that this last week, DDT also. And it was, you could put a small amount in anything, and it was like, ooh, this is what I needed in this blend. I mean, I made just the casual, just one of those days you just kind of throw something together, throw it in an empty tin and take it with you sort of thing. I haven't had the C&D bulk Latakia yet, but I have had great luck with C&D blending components. Oh, awesome. Awesome, Zippo. I love the title, Ghoulish Toss. Yeah, that was very good. I do need to check out some more. One more blend here to see, because maybe it's what it needs. This is Sutliff 507 Stove, Virginia. And I think just one nice piece or two with this could be the the one thing that makes me go, wow, this is it. So hoping. And Stove Virginia is really nice. It is another one that doesn't take much to add to a blend. I'll break this up in tiny amounts over this. Just kind of sprinkled in because I really think I'll do one more piece because I did two, so I'll do a third one. The way it smells, it could just be that one thing that's like, hey, this is exactly what you're looking for. Either way, I found a decent blend. So if I end up making the pistachio blend better than this and nailing it, then this will just be pistachio 2 or pistachio number 2 or D's nuts. Who knows? Oh, I got you, Dan. Oh, there you go, Zippo. Fanboys in a tobacco chat. That's funny. Yeah, we'll give this a shot because this is beckoning my name to give it a smoke. So, and if it's not right, then I'll use some of the components and try something else. Maybe even a tiny, minuscule amount of Kentucky. But you got to be careful because sometimes that will end up not being like a pistachio kind of thing. So I think a very tiny amount could be, but we'll see. The black and Virginia may be the key. Yeah. I'm honored to influence Frankenstein blends. I have 2 blending bowls full of Frankenstein blend, a jar that's got Frankenstein blend with a pressed disc or hockey puck on it, and then a Ziploc bag full, sandwich bag. So, yeah, it takes me a while to smoke through it because then I leave it sometimes too long, it dries out, and I'm like, I could just blend something different. You will cry, you will scream, you will suffer. That Stove Virginia and the change with a little bit less Turkish makes this even more mouth-watering. So I did write down the measurements of these ones, Dan. So I've got those 4 components. That tiny bit of Stove Virginia, just the 3 little, well, I broke up in this bowl, almost bowl full. broke up about 3 ribbons like that. And that's even closer than the first 2 attempts that I smoked. So that was the right way to go. I didn't want to do too much. The nice thing is the stove Virginia doesn't tend to add sweetness like typical Virginias. Hey, 420 Chill, how you doing, buddy? Glad you did too. We're just kind of trying to make a new blend again. How are you doing this evening? Tonight is Ken Byron Ventures Yana 2, which is black and burley. Peter Stokeby's 702 burley. Smyrna Turkish and Izmir Turkish. And then right now I added a little bit of a sprinkle of Sutliff Stoved Virginia. Can't form words. Ooh, nice. Those Mark Twain cobs are fine cobs. Dan Lopez sent me mine. And it is right up there with my best smokers. I love that pipe. Much closer, Dan. Adding the 702 burley, like increasing it, you do get that light nuttiness that you would get in pistachio. We're making a blend called Pistachio. This is one I wrote down the components but not the percentages, and we're going to redo it, reblend it, see how it was, and I forgot. Then I couldn't relocate it. It's somewhere in this notebook. I'm just having a hard time seeing it, so instead of searching and searching again, I'm just starting from scratch since I do have some new components to work with. And ever closer, just edging a little bit more closer to the right blend. But it's going to taste like, it's very close already, like pistachios. Very, very close. I think the same blend, Dan, with a tiny bit of maybe part of, I'll try another speck of Stove Virginia to see if that mixed, if a little more. It's so close, it's driving me crazy. It's a lot like it's tasting so close to an actual pistachio. You can actually picture in your mind like the taste when you get a little bit of taste of that shell. Virginia, burley, and Turkish. And the Virginia is like absolutely minuscule. In a bowl full, there's like there's 3 ribbons I broke up into it, but I think a 4th would do it. I mean, just tiny amount. But it seems like that was the right direction to go, because I'm like, it's just missing something, but it's so close. So I increased the amount of 702 Burley, dropped back the Turkishes a little bit because they were almost adding a sweetness to it that just didn't quite fit, just barely. I mean, it's so close that it's just like someone gives you a haircut and they got to trim just a couple of long pieces they missed. Hey, Latakia is great though, so no worries, buddy. It's very good. Very good. Anytime smoke, man. It'd be a really great one, like with coffee or right after breakfast. Very, very pleasant. Even the first 2 attempts at it were delicious. So I still got a good blend out of it anyway. And now with the Stove Virginia here and there. Dan's going to have me be smoking this all night long. It's good. Yeah. Stove Virginia may be that ticket, man. I'm really telling you, Dan. It just blends perfectly with the amount of 702 that's in there. Yeah, American English typically, if you have any Cavendish, they call it an American blend a lot of times. Oh, Yornik, you have a great night, buddy. Thanks for being here with us. Always a pleasure to share a smoke with you, or 10 at this rate. Enjoy yourself and stay safe, buddy. Yeah, this is right on the money, and it's actually getting smokier from the things added, so it's so dang close. I'm gonna have it, Dan, and then I have to send you some, bud. And the Turkish, you just got to be really wary of, because it just takes barely too much. It's going to be down to the damn science about it. Yeah, science. That's the word. Yes, and Dan knows I don't back down from a challenge. I've remade Prince Albert better than Prince Albert, in my opinion. I've remade Carter Hall. I made a match Tilbury. and had a lot of success. So, and I haven't known anybody to match Tilbury like I've matched Tilbury. Like, dead on, man. It tastes like Tilbury, which is pretty awesome. Not currently, no. I have a scale, but for my mind, yeah, exactly. For my mind, man, if I write the percentage down, once I've got it and I've blended it successfully twice, then once I see those percentages and I reblend it, I got photographic memory. I'll see it in my mind. I can recreate it over and over and over. It's just getting it right first. Once that's done, it's a done deal. Scales just don't, I don't know why, it just doesn't work for me. Like, my dad and I were cutting panels. And we have this really cool saw that you hang on to. It's got guards and everything. So, like, if I had an issue and let go of it, it doesn't move. And there's lights and stuff you can use to follow things or do a laser light or whatever. I freehand cut. And other than if there was an issue where, like, a board part was hanging from the panel and kind of messing the angle up, I had my cuts freehand within a 16th of an inch or 30 seconds sometimes. So I just do much better with that. Yeah, I'm just much better that way. Someday I might do scale stuff if I'm ever able to get to a point to sell stuff, but I've had plenty of people want to buy it that have had my samples, and as long as I can make it right once, notate it, then I can make it again. Like right now, I'm actually measuring with my eyes, visualizing the amount of stowed Virginia flakes I'll put in this blend. Like just the ribbons. And I usually don't do that, but this is such a touchy blend. It's going to be one that I really have to focus on, which is fine because I enjoy it. Yeah, the Latakia will help with that. And Autumn Evening is a great blend. It is a great blend. It is, a lot of people do rave about it, but I still think it's underrated. Same with like Nightcap or Quiet Nights. Those are amazing. Yeah, that's how I know I made it, Dan. They just got caught. And that's in a way that's a pretty good compliment when someone tries a blend you made and they like it enough they want to try to get it named and sold for them. So yeah, I got to try that one. That's one I've been hearing a lot this last few days. A really great blend is Mordor. That's one I made. It's 50% H&H Latakia and 50% H&H Old Dark Fired. And that is one of my most popular, if not my most popular. Who was it I sent it to? Sasquatch Piper 2. Yep, because I did a bunch of Lord of the Rings themed, and then just didn't copy any of the names like Country Squire has or anything. And who was the other person I sent it to? Oh, Hillbilly Piper. Ask Hillbilly what he thinks. What he thinks of Mordor, man. He'll go on for days, and that's how Sasquatch Piper 2 is about it too. He said, "Holy cow, I think you're onto something." And I'm hoping down the road to be able to sell them. And I'm not going to go through. I'm not planning on going through companies, like blending companies. Yeah, that's it. 50-50, buddy. It changes both of those components so it brings out the best in both. Unreal. I think Hillbilly has smoked around a pound of that by now. Oh, that's actually an awesome idea, man. I think you'd like it because for some people, HH Latakia Flake is a little harsh and Old Dark Fire is a little strong. But the two together like that just polish the other component. They're fantastic. But Texas Pipers tried some of my blends. 2513, Dan Lopez. I'm trying to think of the others. I sent some to like 8 different people or something. And then when I do a giveaway coming up within a few months, there will be some newer custom blends as well, like my top, the ones that were best blended, if that makes sense. Like the ones I wrote down are worth smoking. If I didn't write them down, they weren't worth it. But they're still, you have your infamous top 5 it's like 15 blends, but there are some that are just, you're never going to find them in any other site or anything. Yeah, Dan and I both like vapors. And we're running the same problem where most vapors are mostly Virginia and you hardly taste any Perique. And thanks to Dan, he inspired me to try to make a stout vapor. So we've got Dan's stout vapor. Oh, that one, if you like vapors, man, that hits the spot. And it has so much Perique, but it still doesn't cross a line. It's fantastic. I keep saying fantastic, but it is. And I've had feedback, It's easy for me to say a blend's really good if nobody's tried it. But a lot of the feedback a lot of what I'm telling you guys is what I've heard from other people that have tried them. I had no idea you could get so much out of blending. Like, my purchasing in tins has dropped drastically. My orders are pretty much entirely blending tobaccos or bulk. You get more for your money, and generally you don't run into a lot of topped components, and you can make anything you can dream of. All right. I made Honey Nut Cheerios, man, out of existing components. Well, and tins are crazy. You know, it used to be, and you can still find sales. I found one sale one time, it was like $4 a tin, and I was like, so I jumped on it. I got like 15 tins, but for the most part, $16, $20, $30 a tin. I'm like, this is nuts. I can get a pound of tobacco for less than 30. And if you get into buying whole leaf, then you can look at amounts for like $15 a pound to 17, I think was the most I spent on a pound so far. So you can get great deals on. Now those take a little more work, and you do need to case them with something, whether it's vinegar or typically sugar. But because I'll tell you, man, some of those blend, like some of the whole leaf tobacco is wonderful raw, but it is strong. Yes. This is Dan Lopez's blend, and I tried it, and it's like, wow, what in the world happened? What have I been missing? Mississippi River is awesome on its own, but with Cornell and Deal, I believe it is Taste of Summer. It's just unreal how good that is. You generally wouldn't think it'd go together, but then you try it and you're smoking and you're like, wow, this is something somebody should have thought of a long time ago. Yeah, and tins, it is handy to do that. I bought in tins, given tins away, and I still have some. I smoke from them here and there, but yeah, I understand with the jars. I do understand with the jars, but tobacco is less likely to mold in jars even compared to sealed tins, because sometimes you can get a batch that doesn't seal well. It's pretty rare, but it has happened recently a couple of times. I don't remember the two brands that did that a little bit, but it was basically they had one batch and there was a misseal or something going on. And so I've had people send me tobaccos. Northwoods Piper puts clear, like cellophane kind of stuff around the edge of the tin. Make sure they hold their seal. You can get H&H Old Dark Fired ready rubbed, and you save a bunch of money as opposed to buying it in the box for a pound. The Latakia, you still have to get in the box. TobaccoPipes.com is where I typically go to get it. I haven't bought it for a while because I stocked up, but that one's only in the box. But the ready rubbed is the exact same as not ready rubbed. It's just like $25 cheaper to do it ready rubbed, and it's the same stuff, and you're just going to break it up anyway in the blend. Yeah, it's nice because then when you make a blend and you're getting the taste, then you're like, wow, I'm actually tasting the tobacco. And I like aromatics. I like some aromatics. I've got some favorites. Hearth and Home, Old Shenandoah are great brands. Lane does a great job with a lot of theirs. Scotty's makes very good tasting ones as well. But a lot of aromatics I've just shied away from. So there are many that I will not reorder. Laneberry Cherry, I do keep that on hand because for blending, you can use a tiny amount, and I made a really great tasting English cherry. It is fantastic. Uses a tiny bit of Laneberry Cherry. That's the only topped thing in there. And that's the only one that just has the right amount of flavor that I can use a small amount, and it's just the right kind of cherry for me. Doesn't mean it'll work for everybody. If a lot of chemical cherry bothers a lot of people, but it's the easiest one on me, and it is phenomenal. It tastes like Maltese Falcon mixed with Colt Blood Red Moon, but more tobacco flavor and less of it. It's like a deep cherry, but there's much less chemical, much more flavor from the tobacco, so they're really good together. But like Peter Stokkebye 3 Cherry is very good because it's very light on the cherry, but it's kind of at odds. So you do get the tobacco flavor, but you get just enough cherry flavor that it kind of doesn't belong. So for me, smoking through it, they kind of fight each other back and forth. It's still a good one. It doesn't do too great in blending as opposed to Laneberry Cherry because there's just not enough flavors that you can easily drown it out with an English and just have a weird taste. And I'm going to challenge myself, Dan, to nail this pistachio blend and then to make an English pistachio blend or creamy pistachio, because I could do that pretty easy. Yeah, you're looking at, I might be wrong on the numbers. I think HH Latakia was like 60 something a pound. And the same with the box of HH Ready Rubbed, and it drops it to like 30 or something like that. Just much, much cheaper. It goes from like 66 to 25 or something. A huge difference, or 35 maybe, something like that. But hey, Jay, how you doing, buddy? Just blending, man. Just blending and shooting the breeze. How's your day going, bud? Playing a game of trial and error. Oh, cool. I'm honored, man. I hope it's going well. I wrote a thesis once. It was like for the whole year, and it had to be, I think it was 26 pages. And I had 24 and a half pages done. And now at the time, I didn't know I had seizures or epilepsy. And I was very good at saving. And when I went to overwrite, I think I just had a blackout moment and clicked somewhere. So I closed it out, had to redo the entire thing. And It was like 2 days that I had to do it. It was crazy. Had to restart all over. And that will kill your mood in school real quick. Each attempt is improving, Dan. Oh, nice. I have not. I've had Irish whiskey twist tobacco. I haven't had Erin Brog that I know of. Here you have it, Dan. There's that nuttiness. That's it, buddy. It is indeed DDT. Oh, that sounds pretty good, man. Dan, pistachio and a meerschaum, buddy. Oh, I missed your message there. Let's see. Really good blend for adding caramel undertone. Caramel. I do need to try that one. I think you've told me about that before. This is it, Dan. If I do anything else to this, it'll add a creaminess. Or a spice. I could go either way really easy. It's like right in the middle, brother. It is like right in the middle. Holy cow. Well, that just beat that other good, the first blending that was very tasty. This just beat it. Good Lord. This beat the first attempt like way back when, too. This beat that. I thought I was close there. It comes down to the ribbon. It comes down to the ribbon count per bowl. That's the scaling with it. That's how it comes with the Stove Virginia. This is less aromatic. This tastes like you can imagine a bowl of pistachios right in front of you. And yes, surprisingly, DDT, very slightly, you can almost feel like just smoking. I don't know how you could do this in a taste. You can almost imagine or feel the like that white powdered salt. Oh, this would be awesome with like some really sweet tea. Be like a sweet and almost salty. Oh, good Lord. Dan, I have to thank you for your help. And reminding me, because I do forget a lot of things. So when you occasionally come in, how's that pistachio coming on? That helps because a lot of times I'll want to work on it and forget. This is yeah, this is the tobacco taste. It is aromatic, just like in the old sense that kind of like Carter Hall or Prince Albert, where it's an aromatic smoke because it smells good. It smells good right when it's coming out of the pipe. So that kind of aromatic, not the new kind of aromatic. Just smells, oh my gosh. And if you want a little hit of nice nuttiness, the retrohale adds it, but because of the Turkish, it's mellowed down a little, so it doesn't taste as much like a strong burly. You don't get a burn. It's just not a strong, rich, burly nuttiness that you get in your sinuses. But it is a nuttiness. There's nothing else I can do to this. Unless I start it over, but I can't imagine outdoing this one. This was one of the most enjoyable blends I've had in so long. I've made some great blends I really like, but I can picture smoking this doing anything. I got it right here. Right here, buddy. The blackened burley never changed. That started off and stayed the exact same. The 702 needed a little more. And the Turkish is needed a little less, or you lose something. They almost hint to sweetness, which makes it just go a little to the wrong direction. That stoved Virginia was what really made it hit. So getting the other measurements, going over each one through those three smokes. Oh my gosh. It is. Well, see, that's all it was, bud. We had to get the right burley and then we had to just bring it out. We just had to bring it out. That's all it was. 702 burley helps a lot because it's such a basic, pure burley. It's not strong. It's not super rich. It's calm enough. And the blackened burley just kind of hides out of the way. Like it's just a very mellow type of supportive flavor. It's a good base flavor for it. The Turkishes just kind of lighten things up a bit, smooth them out a little, and then so you're not getting earthiness. But with that Stove Virginia, you're getting the mouth-wateriness that mimics when you get just the right touch of salt on something. So even though it's not a very salty, it's not a salty taste. It's not like it just mimics it, which is a lot like pistachios. Pistachios, when you eat them, you typically don't get a very strong, savory flavor. It kind of comes, it's a little bit mild down, and it comes a little bit later. No, I think it's a combination of the Burley and the Stove Virginia. Primarily the Stove Virginia. And then you just get the slightest flavor from those Turkishes, and that's what alters the nuttiness of the Burley to be smooth like that. God damn it, that's good. That's a nuttiness that you just don't find in most Burleys. That honestly, if you could get that type of nuttiness in Burleys all the time, they'd sell a lot better. Not that they sell bad anyway. And I love Burley blends of all kinds. But it makes you feel like you've been missing out of some kind of flavor in those Burleys. So you almost regret that, I almost regret I hadn't made this before, because I'm going to get a lot more out of 702 Burley. I didn't realize I was totally missing a type of that nuttiness this whole time. Yeah, that's Steve and Kathy's regular smoking Burley as well, and that jumped to my favorite when I retried it. Even though you gave me some before and I smoked it, over time as taste developed and stuff more, I just have that much more appreciation for it. Well, cool, man. Well, I want to thank you guys for being here. I'm going to head out and get ready for bed. I'll smoke a little bit more of this before that. And I will blend some more tomorrow and jar it. It needs to be jarred. This is a blend that has to be put in a jar. God only knows when it's had a few days of sitting in a jar what that's going to be. Yeah, on its own, that's true. J4 Burley is fantastic. That is a hard one to beat. Yeah, puts down notebook. I know. It's been working here this evening. I had a great time. Thank you guys for being here. It just makes the evening go so well, and I'm grateful to Jeff because switching nights worked out much better for me this weekend and worked out for him. But Dan, I'll put this in a jar for a few days, get a nice amount put up. I'm going to have to put a big jar of this dang thing up. And then maybe this next week I can send you some, and some of that Irish cream, or Irish coffee, something like that. Awesome, 420. It was great to have you back, man. I'll be back on Tuesday night following the Google Meet. So it'll probably be around 10:30 p.m. Eastern, somewhere around there, give or take half an hour. Just depends on how the Google Meet's going. If people are talking and people are joining, I don't like to just cut them off, say, well, bye. But at the latest, it'd be 11 Eastern. I try not to let them go too late, but thank you, Dan. Thanks for being here, brother. And I do too, man. I always enjoy it. We always, no matter what we're talking about, it's so relaxing to share a pipe with you guys. And you just made a phenomenal blend. This just jumped like, this is in that infamous top 5. The top 5 that ends up being however many blends. This is going to be an everyday smoke, so I'm going to have to make sure I have plenty of those components on hand. But I will blend some up and get some out to you soon. And get some pipe stuff ordered and then get started and keep you guys updated every lane along the road. Whatever that means. You know what I mean. But thank you guys.